And welcome to Holly's Racing Fantasy. This is your hotspot for weekly NASCAR Cup Series race recaps, latest news, and of course, fantasy picks for the upcoming race. And now, here's your host and the voice of Holly's Racing Fantasy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your intro is so good, John.
Thanks.
It makes me feel sad that we only have we have 114 subscribers.
Hey, I guess it could be worse.
It could be worse, but it makes me feel sad that the whole world doesn't get to hear your wonderful talents.
Oh,
you know?
Well, not only do I get to hear them, but I don't even get paid for them.
Someday, right.
Yeah.
Someday. Okay, so cut right to the chase of the winner.
Let's get to them.
Let's go right to the chase. Let's cut to the chase of the winner of the Cracker Barrel 400, and it is Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney finally gets a win.
He's got a Gibson guitar.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Very cool.
You were afraid it was like a cheapy brand.
Yeah. I think in the past it's been like, not that it's cheapy brand, but I think they were Epiphones, which is a knockoff of Gibson.
Right. Well, it's not a Gibson.
It's not a Gibson.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Right.
So good for Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blanester.
Yeah.
No Rainy Blaney.
No Rainy Blaney. No rain at the track.
No, he brought it home.
He did. Let's run it down. Who else came in behind him?
Yeah.
Carson Hocevar was second.
Yeah.
Denny was third. Denny ran the whole race with, well, I don't know how much of the race, with no water and no air cooling hose.
Unbelievable.
But, that guy's like, I don't know.
I would die. I'd be dead. They'd be like, get into the pit and have an ambulance ready.
You're right. That's true. But Denny's like a fish or something. I don't know. He just like power.
Well, he's an athlete, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Good shape for his age.
That's very true.
Yep.
Very true.
Yep.
Joey was fourth. William Byron was fifth. Bubba was sixth. So that was good for him.
Yeah.
Finally had a nice day, which saved my fantasy day.
Oh.
Jones was seventh. Larson was eighth. He battled around a lot, but he finished eighth.
Yep.
Reddick was ninth, and Christopher Bell was 10th.
Right.
So,
Well, you know what? Bubba had he came back from some trouble.
He did.
It's a miracle.
That's true. That's right. He got lucky with caution so he could get back on the lead lap.
Yep.
Foofy.
I'll tell you what, they have a 2311 has a button.
Yeah.
And if he starts doing bad, they push the button. And these cardboard mad Jordans and Denny Hamlin from the back seat pop up.
Yeah.
And they're like staring him down. He's looking in, he gets all nervous.
Yeah,
and
he sees him. Yeah, he sees him in the
makes him
mirror.
do better.
Yeah. That's the thing about some races when you have a lot of cautions.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes you might say, people, my neighbor's car alarm is going off again.
I can hear that.
Hopefully that won't go for the whole show.
Okay.
So, you have the tracks where you think, they can get back up there. And you're like, well, how did that person get from 30th to 2nd? Yeah. And then you have the tracks where how could they not have gotten up from like 20th to like at least 18th?
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with the cautions.
Yeah.
If you get enough cautions, you get back on the lead lap.
The more cautions, the more switcherooing.
Yes. What do they say?
That's a professional word too.
Switcherooing.
Yeah.
It is.
That's the NASCAR term they call it, switcherooing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cautions breed cautions, they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
I'm not sure.
What kind of notes? Oh, wait, before we run down the results, shameless reminder that you could buy me a coffee or John a coffee or order a most awesome magnet.
Yes.
For $10, shipping included.
Yes.
Right here.
There it is.
From Buy Me a Coffee.
Yeah.
There, you got that up?
Yeah.
All right.
$10. We'll ship it to you.
We will.
Yeah.
We have a picture of someone, their magnet this week.
I'm going to bring it up right there. Here it is.
That is our most fun fan.
Yeah. Scott.
And he took a picture of him at Dover.
It's awesome.
And with the magnet
yes
on it because it's a magnetic photo frame.
See it? Show. Yeah, he didn't have to use like duct tape.
No.
Or,
I know. It's pretty dang cool.
It's very cool.
I love that.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. So if you want to get your picture up here, you take a picture of wherever you put your magnet.
Yeah.
And load it up.
What, stick to your toilet?
Might stick to the handle of your toilet.
Yeah, that's true.
But that would be inconvenient.
Oh, that'd be gross too
flushing.
if you have an accident.
Yike. Why don't you tell us?
Because you're old.
Because you're old. To the best of us. I know. Age is coming for everyone.
Yep.
Tell me what kind of notes you took for this race.
I have some notes from the race. At the end of that first stage.
Yeah.
Denny was like right behind Larson.
Oh yeah, this is funny because Denny won stage 1, right?
And Dale kept saying, "Oh, Denny's he's gonna put Larson down. He's gonna do it."
Larson was at the end of the lead lap.
Yeah.
And Denny was leading the pack to stage 2. I think there was like 7 laps left too.
Yep.
And once Larson didn't want to go a lap down.
No.
So he was not relenting and giving in to Denny, and Denny was not really pushing it.
Not aggressive at all. I said he was no way.
Right. And
I disagreed with Dale on that.
You disagreed with Dale.
I said
you were right.
Denny's going to be happy with the stage.
Yep.
And
he's not going to be
He's not going to mess around with Larson. And he's not going to mess around with Larson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think so.
They have a history, and he's,
right.
he just didn't like,
yeah.
He didn't,
well, he
stay
didn't like
too far
slow
back.
up. Right.
Right.
But I just think it,
And it's amazing the day Larson had.
Yeah.
I mean, not jumping around here, but
I know,
though. Yeah.
Yes.
But we have the big news of the week.
What's the big news of the week?
Is Hocevar and Ricky Stenhouse
Jr. Yes, that was a point of contention in the race.
And speaking of contention, let's take a quick look here. Some fun.
Okay, sure.
Anybody see Rocky?
Which Rocky was this?
It
was at the
3.
end.
I think it's 3, right? After he beats
Mr.
T. And they're in the ring and they're like ding dang.
Dang dang. Yeah.
And then they end it and they're punching each other. Yeah.
Yep. I can't wait to see that picture.
Yeah. We got a little here of little
could
fun
be.
of what could be. Yeah.
But Ricky Stenhouse Jr. said that he didn't want to get fined, so he wasn't going to go beat up Carson
That's
Hocevar.
classic. I laughed so hard when I heard that.
You did.
When he said that.
Yes, you did. That was funny.
That was great.
He might bring it to the track.
Yeah. Well, it's going to happen on the track.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to talk a little bit about that just real quick.
We're going to talk about it in the NASCAR news.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, that's good. But that's what happened.
You forgot to Hocevar it.
Ouch. That's a horse getting kicked.
No, God. Oh, my God.
A little pit action there. Brad pulls out right into 42 there.
Yeah, because Brad was having a good day.
Yeah.
Until.
Yeah, and 42 has the right of way. Like if you're in the pit and you're pulling out and other drivers are coming down pit row.
Yeah, you got to watch for them.
You got to watch for them.
All right.
They have the right of way.
Okay.
And he just kind of pulled out, and so there was that. And then Gregson and Bowman got into it.
They did.
Not fighting, but into each other on the track.
Yeah.
Got loose. Mm-hmm. Gregson was done, wasn't he? I think he was done.
I think he might have been.
Yeah, because his tire was like, I remember seeing his car was like totally jacked.
Right. Let me look down here. He finished. Well, yeah, he finished like 38th, so he was done. Yeah. Yeah.
And the other little contention on the track was between Bell and Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the restart there.
That's right.
Yeah, Eric moved him a little bit.
Well, Eric Jones is getting himself going again.
Hey, you know what? When your boss is Jimmy Johnson and the King, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You got to get going.
You do got to get going.
I mean, he's been with them for a while now, even before Jimmy Johnson.
Yes. Yep. He was the solo Richard Petty car.
Right.
For a while.
Yeah.
So
that's
hey man,
those are my notes.
Get up there and get going.
Yeah.
Let me run down the standings for you. If the playoffs were to start today, William Byron is first, Kyle Larson is second, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott is fifth, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace is up to 10th, Chase Briscoe, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Preece is number 16, sitting just above Carson Hocevar.
Okay.
So...
Try the Priest.
Everybody better get their rear end gear.
Gotta get going. Gotta get moving.
Because you know what? The playoffs are going to be here before you know it.
They are.
That is the fun thing.
And guess what happens at playoff
2,
time?
4, 6, 8, 10. What?
You know what happens at playoff time?
What?
They go down to the pit and they interview everyone who didn't make it. And they know the numbers. They'll go up to the driver and go, did you know if you just came in one spot further on this race, you'd be in the playoffs right now? They're like, wow, thanks for reminding me that.
Right.
But they do. And
That's
it's
true.
like, that's why you really, really have to,
every point counts.
It really does.
Every race, every stage point counts.
Yeah.
1 through 10.
Yeah.
Get up there and you got to get 10th place finish in the stage and you're going to get some playoff points.
Got to make it happen, people.
You got to make it happen.
Got to make it happen.
I think there's only 10 races, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 races, including this week.
Okay.
12 races until the playoffs start.
Wow. That's still quite a bit, though.
It is quite a bit.
Yeah.
God, that's gross.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's June.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Already.
Already, I know. So I run down the standings. We run down the. Well, I mean, I guess at this rate, do you want to go to some race notes, NASCAR news?
Let's get to some
news. Wait, but before I say that, let me say, if you or someone you know has a gambling addiction, you would like help to quit this gambling addiction, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER.
No, I don't.
Okay,
that's
so
that's
now
a little Pee-wee in there, but not really.
Now we could talk about.
I know you are.
But what am I?
What am I?
We could talk about Hocevar and Stenhouse now.
Yeah, and did I bring that image up too fast?
Well, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, all right. Well,
so like as of what's today? Thursday. As of was it yesterday morning?
Yesterday we were looking at our news.
Because everybody was saying they hoped that Hocevar would, that they would work it out.
Yeah.
But Hocevar still hadn't called Stenhouse.
No.
As of yesterday morning.
Yeah.
But then I think a few hours later he texted him.
Okay.
Right? So I think they did text.
Yes. Well, he texted them, but he said that they were going to talk about it at some point.
I hope so. Yes, so I hope so. Everybody had something to say about that maneuver.
Yeah.
Everybody said, geez, Hocevar really could have given Stenhouse a little room. He really should have been.
Stenhouse, no. He came down because he was on the Stenhouse was on the inside lane.
No.
And Hocevar's coming down, right? And he didn't give him room. He just rammed them into him, didn't he?
Stenhouse was coming down, and Hocevar could have given him room to get down, and he didn't. Okay. And so that's where they hit.
Oh.
They collided.
Oh, I thought he just barged his way in there.
Who?
Hocevar. I'm not even thinking it wrong.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well.
But you know what? Thanks for making that.
Well, I just want to be accurate.
I
just that's the way I remember it in my head.
Okay.
So I just want to correct you in case you're having menopause.
16. Well, my menopause has been pretty good.
Menopause brain. But I just want to make sure.
On lap 106, Hocevar made contact with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in turns 3 and 4, which sent Stenhouse spinning into the outside wall.
Okay.
That doesn't really tell us what happened.
Okay.
That's a lousy article.
Yeah, I was going to say. I swore he was coming down. Yeah, maybe you're right. I think maybe it was Stenhouse coming down and he didn't give. You're right. No, you're right.
I am.
You are. You're right.
Okay.
I don't know why my brain, I have menopause brain. I think I pictured it different. Then it really happened.
That's okay. You know, that's okay. So that's what because that's what the whole point was is that Carl Edwards was like Hocevar could have given him that grace to come down.
Dale didn't like his interview either.
Right, because the after interview he was like, geez, I don't know, I have to look at that again. Instead of saying, like most of the time people say, geez, I'm really sorry that happened, or I'm sorry I got into him, or I didn't mean to ruin his day. Yeah. But he was like, I'll have to see what happened there.
Yeah, he wasn't even like owning anything. Like if I did, I'm sorry, I'll have to take a look. I mean, he was just very, let's just say he was a very
Well, he wasn't dicky. He was just
He was, though. In my opinion, he was.
Okay, well,
like Dale said, the first thing this dude's got to do is get some interview skills. I mean, he really, that's what he said.
That's very true. No, him and Steve Letarte did say that. Yeah. Yeah, and now Carl Edwards said, I remember being that way, and you're not going to gain any friends, and you're going to make a lot of enemies if you can't learn to, play nice and get along and, give leeway when you can. Because it really wouldn't have harmed or done anything to Hocevar to just have given that little bit of room so that Stenhouse wouldn't spin out. Yep. So, I'm interested in seeing, how this goes. It's been a while since we've had a jerky rookie. I mean, he's not a rookie this year, but, a young guy. Yeah. 1 or 2 seasons in. Yeah. It's been a while since we've had a jerky guy who races well. Well, to see what happens.
They're elephants out there. They do not forget.
They don't.
And they will take you when you might be going for your first win or something, and you're not going to, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be. So it's interesting.
So it is going to be interesting to watch. It gives us something fun to watch this season.
Yeah.
I remember when Joey Logano first came up, and I remember when people first came up and were a little nuts. So I remember when Ross was having a great season a couple of years ago, running into people. And
he was taking everybody out.
He was. But now he's backed off, and now he kind of. Now you said something about Denny Hamlin was baffled by the.
That's what he said on his podcast. He was just saying he was just baffled. There was really nothing.
Right. He said he ran into the back of Ricky.
Yeah.
So he didn't understand what he was, because I guess Carson said that maybe Ricky could have given him a break because of the run he had.
Yes. Yeah. That's what that was his response. He ran
into Ricky. So I'm not sure how he could have given him a break.
Right.
So,
So I don't know.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. I don't know.
Now, the Atlanta Motor Speedway is no longer Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Dun, 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 dun,
why does that happen suddenly?
Dun, 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 dun.
It is now Echo Park Speedway.
Yeah.
A 7-year multi-million-dollar agreement. Echo Park is owned by Sonic Automotive.
Wow.
And they, they made that change this week.
Yeah.
Sometimes, tracks change names.
They do.
Yeah.
But people who know it as at Atlanta Motor Speedway, it's
it's going to be very strange. Echo Park Speedway. That's going to be odd.
Yeah.
Trackhouse Racing adds Connor Zilic to their schedule at Watkins Glen.
There you go.
That'll be fun. I think he'd be good at a road course.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, he's run trucks and stuff before, so
why not? True. Yeah.
He's getting more opportunities. Not that he, finishes incredibly well.
Right.
But what the heck?
Hey, that's all right.
And then I just saw today that the appeals court ruled in favor of NASCAR when it comes to the 2311 and the Front Row Motorsports lawsuit.
This is interesting.
Yeah. So I thought it was interesting too, because we haven't tried to get into that too much because it's just like crazy. Of course, they have 14 days to appeal it, so I don't think
I'm sure they will.
Nothing's going to happen right now. But I'm trying to see where I saw this. So that means that they're not going to. Their cars aren't going to be. They're going to be like open teams.
Yeah.
Which open teams don't get as much money. Even if they win, they don't get as much money as a charter.
Right.
So that's going to be weird. I mean, also your open team has to race its way in if it's a big race, if you have over 40 in the field.
Right.
But Daytona is the only one that really ever has that much. But if this does go through and they end up having to be open, then that means that like Bubba and Tyler Reddick and everybody on Front Row would have to try to race their way into the field, which is odd. So that's like, Todd Gilliland, Noah Gragson, and Zane Smith. And then, I always forget about Riley Herbst. Because each of them also bought one of Stuart Haas's charters.
Yeah.
And the article I said that NASCAR would take over the ownership of the two charters that they bought since Stuart Haas no longer exists.
But so they got to endure the expenses of racing these cars, but yet NASCAR owns them, or does NASCAR have to pay for that?
It sounds fishy to me.
It sounds that's like the worst thing I've ever heard.
I know.
When you were explaining to me earlier, you were explaining, I was like, no.
I don't think it's going to go. I don't know. I could be wrong. I feel like they're going to get this.
That ain't going to let them look very good.
No, it's not.
At all.
I know.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Stranger things have happened.
As the Goodyear tire turns.
As the Goodyear, I like that. As the Goodyear tire turns.
As the Goodyear turns.
But you know what? That's that's all I have for NASCAR news.
Yeah.
So did you do the track talk?
I do, but we have one more piece of news. I think we forgot to write in because we were getting busy for the show.
Was the
speaking of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah.
He's got a cool car in Michigan.
Yeah.
Let's bring that up. It's the real American beer car.
For all you boys out there.
Yeah.
Who watched wrestling.
Who owns that car or the real American beer? Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, it's right up there. And you'll have to see it later.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know who else has got a really cool car I saw when I was breezing through is watch Chris Buescher's car this week.
Oh, cool.
It is really cool. It's like a Heinz sweet chili barbecue, and it's like a hot magenta pink car. It is like really.
Oh, it's hot magenta.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's really cool.
All right.
I like
Let's go to Michigan.
Okay, go to Michigan.
Let's look at the track.
Tell me all about it because you know why I'm curious? Here's the thing. Our fan, Tara, our follower, fan, whatever, Tara is going to the race in Michigan.
She is.
And she is praying for no rain. So everybody out there, put your collective.
Well, here's the weather. It's going to be 75 degrees.
Okay.
Humidity 54%.
Okay.
Wind 9 miles per hour. Precipitation 10%.
Ooh, yay.
Partly cloudy. We're looking at 2 o'clock race p.m.
Yes.
Yep. Michigan International Speedway, formerly named as the Michigan Speedway, from 1997-2000, is a 2-mile intermediate track. It is a D-shaped oval speedway located in Brooklyn, Michigan. It has hosted various major auto racing series throughout its existence, including NASCAR, CART, and IndyCar races.
Nice.
The speedway has a capacity of 56,000 as of 2021.
Wow.
Along with the main track, the facility also features 3 road course layouts of varying lengths designed by British racing driver Stirling Moss, which utilizes parts of the oval, parts located within the track's infield, and parts located outside of the track's confines.
Nice.
The facility is owned by NASCAR and is led by track president Joe Fowler.
Wow. Very nice, John. Thanks for telling us about that.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I already ran the track feature and you started talking, so I wanted to get through the reading before.
I didn't even notice you cut me off.
Oh.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good. So I think Tara's going to have good weather.
Yeah.
So do you want to go to Who Do You Like and Why now?
Oh, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, let's do it.
All right.
Who do you like and why? Who do you like and why? We want to know who you're picking, so you better get to thinking. Who do you like and why? Who do you like and like and who do you like and like and who do you like and like and like and like and like?
So Tara is picking Chris Buescher.
Yep.
Because he is good at Michigan, and she just has a feeling he is due for a win.
And he's got a cool car.
And he's got the coolest car. I really
Could
hope.
happen.
I hope so.
Yeah.
For everybody's sake.
Yeah.
Rose says, without even thinking about it, she's picking Carson Hocevar. And she says he's out to prove himself and has done exceptional in the last 2 races. And I love this part. She says he's a brat, and he's in it to win it.
He is.
He is a brat.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Scott says, Scott gave me the rundown, the usual suspects. But he says, my pick to win this week, as much as it pains me to say, is Kyle Larson.
The Larson. Larson!
Larson! I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh.
And, I forgot, last week Donald had wrote the 24 on my YouTube video.
Yes.
Because sometimes, if it's not in there by, showtime.
Yeah.
But I saw it later, so
Yeah.
and Byron did pretty good for himself last
He
week.
did. He
So,
did. Yeah.
So if you're on YouTube and you don't go to Facebook, go to the bottom of this video now before next Thursday night.
When we go to Mexico.
When we go to Mexico.
Yep.
And tell me who you like from Mexico.
Excellent.
I bet everybody's going to pick the Suarez.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I might
But
pick him.
It's not unheard of.
Yeah.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
And also go to Facebook and look at my little video I put up there about Suarez teaching some of the drivers about the foods of Mexico. It's really funny.
It's very, very funny.
It is very, very funny.
Very funny.
Okay, so why don't we go to my
Your
picks?
picks.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. All right.
All right. Here are my NASCAR fantasy picks for the FireKeepers Casino 400 at Michigan International Speedway. My brilliant picks start, don't laugh at me, with Kyle Busch. I know, that's ridiculous. Is that bad? It's not even a bold. I put him in a brilliant.
You're just going for it.
I'm just going for it because this is really hard.
You're going, girl.
Let me tell you about Michigan. Michigan is like, there's some people who won, some people who don't. Everybody else is in between.
Yeah.
Like everybody's in between. Okay,
Yeah.
so 2 years in a row, Kyle Busch DNF'd, right?
Yeah.
But last year he finished 4th.
Okay.
And then the 2 years before that, he DNF'd. But you have to go all the way back to 2016 to find a finish like over 9th place. He's got 10 top 5s, 16 top 10s, 1 win. And I don't know. I'm really throwing it on. I'm throwing it out in there. I'm throwing it out in the world for the number 8. to have at least a near win.
You know what comes from? Comes from the heart. Comes from the gut.
I know.
You pick with the gut.
I picked with the gut this week.
Go for it.
Speaking of Kyle's.
Yep.
I am picking Kyle Larson again, too, because, man, for the sake of having a heavy hitter on board, he has 3 wins. He also has some DNFs. But, you know, his luck has been kind of lousy, and I consider this his turnaround time.
All right.
You know?
And for bad luck, he still did pretty well in Nashville.
Exactly. So watch for the number 5 this week.
I like it.
And seriously, Denny Hamlin.
Yes.
I cannot not pick Denny Hamlin this week. Again.
Hamlin.
2 wins, 12 top 5s, 19 top 10s. I think we can expect another fine showing for the number 11, but he didn't have that baby yet.
No, not yet.
I should say Jordan didn't have that. I don't think so. I don't see anything unless they keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Like when Tyler, congratulations to the Reddick family. They had another baby last weekend.
I didn't know they were having another one.
I don't even know if I knew or not.
Can't remember.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
So they had their baby. So maybe Denny's like keeping it on the down low. I don't know.
I don't know.
So let's hope he doesn't have to leave in the race, because he did say last week, he said, no, I have to leave. If she goes into labor, I've got to be there for her.
All right. Thanks, Denny.
Yeah. But, you know.
All right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Going with my bold picks. Yeah, I'm going with Carson Hocevar, too. He is a hell of a driver. I expect him to get better and better every week. As long as no one knocks him out, I expect him to have a good finish. He's only been here once, and he finished 10th.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll get his first win. Maybe he'll get another top 2. I don't know. He's a good pick.
If Ricky has anything to say about it, I don't think he will.
Ricky was a young boy.
Yeah.
He had a heart of stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Buescher.
Yes.
He really, really needs a win.
Yeah.
And he really should have a win.
Yeah.
And this is a great place for him to do it.
Yeah.
Last year he finished 6th. The year before that he won.
Yeah.
So let's see what the 17 has up his fire suit sleeve for Michigan.
I like it.
And that hot pink car.
Cool.
And last but not least for my bold is Ty Gibbs.
The Gibbs man.
Last year he finished 3rd, 11th the year before, and 10th the year prior.
Okay.
So I'm not saying, I don't know if he's going to win, but I think this is, if he's going to catch up and if he's going to get his junk going.
Yeah.
Get your rear in gear there, Ty.
Come on, Ty.
Have a good finish.
Drink some of that Monster Energy and
get some energy.
Yeah.
And then my honorable mention is going to be Brad Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski.
Now, I almost, sorry, I
was going to Italy. Yeah.
I almost put Brad in my bold picks.
Okay.
But then, and I swapped him with Ty Gibbs just because, I don't know.
Yeah.
The RFK team's probably going to do good this week. Brad has a great record here.
Yeah.
He's got 9 top 5s and 15 top 10s.
He does.
And he's been showing more spunk in recent weeks.
He has.
And this is his home track.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to have a good run.
I like these picks.
Either way. Yeah?
Wow, they all look that. I'm feeling good about all of them.
I'm glad.
You know, as long as the gas goes in the car. I mean, you know, you pick these drivers, but you always, how do you pick against, like,
I know.
You know, I'm sorry.
I know. How do you pick against?
the wheel fell off or, you know, or, oh my God.
Oh my God, you didn't gas me
Yeah,
up.
he's on fire.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen it all.
Yeah, we've seen everything.
So let me run that down for you one more time. Ready?
Yep.
My brilliant picks are Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and Denny Hamlin. Bold picks are Carson Hocevar, Chris Buescher, and Ty Gibbs. My honorable mention this week is Brad Keselowski. Those are my NASCAR fantasy picks for the FireKeepers Casino 400 at Michigan International Speedway, and I'm sticking to them. Wow.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
We go to Mexico City next week.
Mexico.
3 p.m.
Don't drink the water.
That's what they say.
But the food looks.
Oh.
I love Mexican.
You do.
Oh.
John likes Mexican.
I do.
He does. So does Rose, my mom. So does Rose. She likes it too.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you there's no Xfinity this week.
Oh, there isn't.
No, they are not back until the 14th.
Okay.
It is just the Cup and the Truck and the Arca Menards series.
The Cup and the Truck.
Cup and the Truck and the Menards. So on Friday, which is tomorrow, practice for the Craftsman is at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay.
Practice for the Menards is 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Qualifying for Menards is at 3:05, and the Henry Ford Health 200, which is the ARCA Menards race, that is at 5 p.m. Eastern, and that is on FS2.
Okay.
None of the things I mentioned before that are on TV at all. So that's the first thing that's on TV tomorrow night.
All right.
Okay, let's go to our Saturday schedule.
I like it.
Hey, how you doing? Okay.
Hello.
Now, qualifying for the Craftsman Truck Series is at 8:05 a.m. Eastern. Now, isn't Michigan like one hour back?
Yeah, they're definitely an hour.
So was it like 7:05 in the morning? They're qualifying?
Wow.
I know. That's going to be on FS1 if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Practice for the Cup is at 9:30 a.m. That's on Prime.
Okay.
Qualifying for the Cup is at 10:40 a.m.
Okay.
And that's also on Prime.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm not going to make any plans for Saturday morning. I'm going to putter around and watch
Saturday is a do-nothing day.
It is a do-nothing day.
Yeah, right.
And the Craftsman Truck Series race, that's the DQS Solutions and Staffing 250 powered by Precision Vehicle Logistics.
Oh,
That's
of course.
the name of the race.
Of course.
They're at noon, and they're going to be on Fox.
Wow.
So, hey, if you want to watch something, if you're bored, watch the...
I bet Jamie's going to call that race.
Oh, I bet she is.
Jamie
yes,
Little.
Absolutely.
Little, right? Little?
Yes.
Yeah, Jamie Little.
That's absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't say Jamie McMurray because I know people might think I meant Jamie, but
You're
he
right.
calls too.
Yes, you're right.
Yep.
Jamie McMurray will be back when we go to TNT.
Yeah.
He'll be back at the table. And then FireKeepers Casino is at 2 p.m. Eastern on Prime.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's your schedule for the weekend.
There you go.
Yeah. Hang around.
That's
around for
great.
some. It's going to be a nice weekend here, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It was terrible today.
It was very, very, very rainy here today.
Very,
this
very
has been
rainy.
a very rough week in this household.
Yes.
We've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Lots of things. Sending our condolences to our friend Marlo, who has been listening to the show for years, and her mother passed away this week.
Yep.
So it's sad. It's a downer.
Very sad.
Getting to that age where parents are passing.
Yeah.
We have a family member who's kind of unwell, so we're been doing a little bit of appointments and finding out what's going on with them.
Yep.
Loved one. But other than that,
the unwanted visitors we had this week.
tell them.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so the other night, I'm not kidding you. I know we're going over time, but I am not.
Well, that's okay. You can sign off, but this is just
sign off if you don't want to listen.
It's a half-hour show, but now we just talk a little.
Yeah, so we'll if you want to
this
sign
won't be
off,
long.
go for it. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm laying in bed. I'm not kidding. This is no lie. I'm laying in bed. This was Tuesday night.
Yep.
Tuesday night. I'm wicked tired. Okay,
Yeah.
it's been a lot. So I roll over, and I'm laying on my side, and I feel something here.
And all of a sudden.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I feel something. You know what? That is not what happened.
Oh, it's not.
Were you planning that?
No.
That's funny.
Improvisation.
I love it. End scene.
End scene.
So I brush it away because I'm thinking, I sleep with like a stuffed animal. I'm like, maybe it's the tag for my lizard or something.
Yeah.
And then I feel something like under the sheet on my leg.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what? No. Okay. And we have a bunch of ladybugs. The ladybugs and the little critters they're out there. I'm like, must be one of them. So I lift the sheet and I look, and there's an effing cockroach.
Yeah.
Crawling up, and I say to John, I try to be calm. As I'm jumping, I go, John, get up. And he's like, what? And I'm like, so he's like, get a flip flop. I go and get a flip flop, and he's like pulling all the sheets off the bed, right? And of course, it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found.
No.
So we're standing there. It's like 11:30. Everybody's tired. The sheets and pillows are all over the floor, and I'm standing at one side of the bed by the wall, and he's standing at the other side. And I'm like, I'm never gonna sleep tonight. I'm gonna have to sleep in the living room. I can't sleep in here.
No.
What are we gonna do? Let's bring the cat in.
Yep.
And he looks at me. He goes, hey, honey, come here for a minute. Just come this way. And I'm like, and I ran because I knew, oh shit, it's behind me.
Yep.
So I ran into the hallway.
On the wall.
And he
the size of my hand.
Because he had asked me, he goes, how big was it? And I go, not that big. And so as I'm running down the hall, he goes, not that big.
Yeah.
Smack.
I didn't know they can bleed that. It was like a murder scene.
You murderized him.
I murdered him.
So we smacked him. We killed him.
I had to. Sometimes I'll just like flush them or sometimes we're in the South, people. We are in the South.
Yeah.
We are like near the ocean.
Yeah.
Like there are alligators like in our backyard.
It's tropical.
All right, it's tropical.
Yeah.
It's tropical environment, snakes, everything.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get a cup and like put them outside. But this time, no, you were in my ear. You were in my ear.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. Okay.
And I couldn't take no chances. I was like, because at first I was like, you can give me a cup. I'm like, if I miss it, then it's here we are again. What do we do?
Right.
So I'm like,
we're
no,
up all night.
He's got to go down.
Yeah. He went down.
He went down.
Yeah, then we flushed him.
Yep. And then
today, this is fun.
Yep. Power washers came. The ninjas were here. They're called the power washing ninjas. They're power washing the house.
It's hilarious.
So I'm like, I can get the stuff off the patio.
Yeah.
So I lift up our beach chairs, which we have covered out there.
Yeah, he's got like a big, like 3 beach chairs together, but they're under one cover. They're folded up.
Yeah.
So he just,
So I lift up the chairs to move them, and out from underneath comes a rat.
Jesus Christmas.
Not a dead rat, but a live rat. Rat, tail, ran right across my feet.
Yep.
Didn't touch me, but it was just in front of me.
Yeah.
And then I saw its little tail ass running to the left into the holly bushes. And I'm just like, and I hate rats. Like, it's not a...
That's a Cooter Mouse thing.
Yeah. It's that's where he kind of came up with that.
I hate rats.
I don't remember Cooter.
Oh, I miss Cooter Mouse.
Cooter was like,
I hate rats, man.
but so, that's just...
Yep. So that was our visitors.
So these are the unwanted visitors.
Gross.
Besides them and my son, I just got to get rid of everybody.
Yes. Well, we decided we're gonna have to let our cat out a little bit more often.
He goes out, but we're gonna let him out on patrol.
Yes, it's time.
Yeah, it's
Get
time.
on patrol, cat.
Yeah.
That's what cats are for. They're supposed to kill critters.
Like if you live down here, like if you go to Costco, Sam's Club, Aldi, any of the grocery stores, there's rat boxes.
They have rat
everywhere.
boxes. Yeah.
Everywhere.
And we had rat issues a couple years ago, as you all have probably remembered.
Yeah, from our first season.
Dying in my attic and...
Yeah. Well, both seasons, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah. But here we are.
But we're going to make sure that little entrance is sealed. So
it's sealed.
Okay.
I'll check it again. But,
you go to Italy.
But I'm going to be on that thing or I'm sending the cat up there.
Like stink on a skunk.
Like stink on
a rat.
Like snake on a skin on a snake.
Like skin on a snake.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So, well.
All right.
Well, that's what we got there.
That's what we got for you. That's all.
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and
all that fun stuff.
Spread the word. Tell people about us.
We're trying to keep going here.
We're trying to limp along. We're trying
limping.
to keep going. We are limping.
We're limping.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
We're doing all right.
We'll be all right.
We're hanging there.
We're hanging in there.
We're hanging in there.
For now.
Oh,
there's okay. So everybody wash your hands, please, because there's still when I went to the doctor's office the other day, everybody had a mask on.
Yeah.
We had to go to an X-ray center, and everybody at the X-ray center had a mask on.
I believe it.
And I thought,
I've seen people wearing masks too.
What is that? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So wash your hands and do your due diligence and be careful out there. So enjoy the week.
Yep.
Enjoy this first week of June.
Yep.
May you have a wonderful, relaxing weekend.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll go with the last, right, John?
That sounds good.
And we're gonna say, stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
And race on.
And race on.